Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about the secrets dumpers don't want you to know. Okay, so one of the main things that a dumper really doesn't want you to know is that they probably still are thinking about you. And this is one of the main ones, okay? Because what can sometimes happen is that you're let's say you're stalking your ex's social media, the person that dumped you, and it seems like they're moving on with their lives really, really fast. You know, they're going out all the time with their friends and things like that, and they're posting loads on social media about, look how great my life is now that my ex is gone. And what you got to realize, right, about this is that they're still thinking about you, okay? Because especially if not that much time has gone by, okay. So if it's only been like a matter of days or weeks, then yeah, of course you're still going to be on their mind, even if it looks like they are living an amazing life without you, and looks like they just don't care, right? It looks like they've moved on with their life. Even if they've entered a new relationship, they're probably still thinking about you. In fact, they definitely are, right? You can't just forget about someone that you've been with for a long time like that. Okay, especially if you were together, long term. Right? Even if it was just for a few months, they're still going to be thinking about you, the weeks and months after the breakup. And what you got to understand is that the person that dumped you is not just going to get amnesia and forget about you and just never have a single thought about you ever again. That is ridiculous, okay? Unless they genuinely get amnesia and they're in an accident or something. But most of the time, like 99% of the time, apart from those people that actually do lose their memory, they're not going to forget about you, and they're still going to be thinking about you, and they're probably still going to be checking up on you, looking at your social media pages, right? If they haven't blocked you and done those kinds of things. And they've still got access to your social media, so you're still friends, or you still follow, or maybe your posts are public so they can still see anyway, okay? So one of the big secrets that the dumper doesn't want you to know is that they still think about you. Even if things ended really badly and they're the ones that had to do it, there's still a long time, basically, for that person needs to get over you, okay? Now, how I know that is because I've been a dumper. I've dumped people in the past, right? The main one that I talk about a lot on my channel, the main relationship I talk about, is the one that I had with an ex who cheated on me, right? Now, I was the one that ended that relationship, but, okay, it took a long time to get over her. It still took a while. It still took like about maybe a few months to start to feel better, because we were together for a year, and a year is quite a long time, especially when you're only like 21 or 22, of whatever age I was at that time. But I know I was in my early 20s, right? So it took a while to process things and to get over it. Because my emotions were all over the place, because obviously I went through not only the trauma of a breakup, but the trauma of being cheated on and being betrayed like that. There's a lot of things for me to get over, and my behavior after that, I'm actually not really 100% proud of. I started to date other people, things like that, when I really should have just taken some time out, and it just wasn't healthy, basically, what I was doing. So that's the story of a dumper, right? Especially one that is maybe like doing rebounds or monkey branching or whatever it may be. Yeah, they're still thinking about you, and it may be very hard. It may actually even be hard for them to get over you. And that's another secret that the dumpers don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that actually you're hard to get over. They're trying to make it seem like it's seamless, when in reality it's actually not. It's very difficult. Very difficult to do that. Not only is it difficult to actually dump someone and be the one to end a relationship, but it's difficult to let go of that person as well. Okay, it's very difficult to let go of an ex, because especially with one that you've been with for a long time, who you may have lived with for a long time. Yeah? Because when you're living with someone and you're around someone all the time, and now they're suddenly away from your life, even if they dumped you for good reasons, like how I felt I obviously dumped my ex for a good reason, because she cheated on me, right? It still hurts. It still takes time to get over, right? So if they are doing all these really silly things, like dating other people, like what I used to do, and then put on this false narrative that they're having an amazing life, I can guarantee they're still pretty sad. They're still pretty miserable about it. Okay, when they're alone, right? May not be when they're with their friends, but when they're alone, they still feel kind of sad, and they reminisce and all that kind of stuff, right? So obviously it's a very difficult period for both people. Now obviously the person that gets dumped, that's really hard too. Obviously, very, very hard, because not only does it, not only have you lost the person that you were in a relationship with, but also it lowers your self-esteem. Okay, it's not a nice thing to be dumped, because it makes you feel unattractive. It makes you feel not wanted. It makes you feel worthless sometimes. Okay, especially if you really, really didn't want the breakup to happen. So it's important then, if you were someone who got dumped, that you try and raise your self-esteem as much as possible. And even the people that did the dumping need to do that too, because it really does shake up your world when a separation happens on both parties, both sides. It could even be as well, another secret of dumpers is that it could be, even though it may not be entirely with every single person's case, but it could be that they're actually struggling more than you are with it. Okay, they may be happy about the decision, but it may be a struggle for them to get over you and to get over what happened. Okay, so they're suffering just as much as you, maybe even more so, depending on the situation, depending on the person, right? So what's important to do for both people who have been the dumper and the person that got dumped is that you need to work on raising your self-esteem and making yourself feel better, and not doing silly things like going into rebounds, right? Because you're not having the appropriate amount of time to just get over things, okay? It's just not a good idea, and it's not a good look either, okay? It makes you look very erratic and just all over the place. It makes you look like a bouncy ball in a rubber room, basically, right? Just going all over the place, right? So what you need to do is you need to take time out, right? You need to take time to reflect, to get over it, to do some journaling, really process what happened. Maybe even get a counselor for like a few weeks to just talk about the situation so they can help you through it, right? Or just talking to family members about it, trusted friends, doing other things that raise your self-esteem, like eating the right things, exercising, working on projects that make you happy, focusing maybe on your work too, being of service to other people. Those things can really help too and be a big benefit as well, okay? So what you need to know about dumpers and the secrets that they have is that they're struggling too, okay? Now, it may not be they're struggling so much that they want to get back with you, but they definitely are struggling, okay? And sometimes that can really help the person that got dumped, because sometimes it can seem like, oh yeah, my ex just doesn't care about me anymore. They never loved me. They're not even sad about it. They probably are. They probably are upset about it, because and as well, it's not a nice thing to actually do. It's not a nice thing to actually dump someone, right? Because there's a build-up, because they're thinking, maybe I should leave. Things aren't going well. I think I should probably break up with them. They talk to their friends about it, like, I'm thinking of breaking up with them. I don't really know what to do. And there's like this huge build-up, and then finally it's like, okay, I'm going to do it, and then they dump you. But afterwards, it can be quite bad. The emotions afterwards can be quite sad and disappointing and upsetting, okay? So don't be fooled by your ex's behaviour after the breakup. They are definitely still thinking about you. They are definitely still sad. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll come back. It could mean that they'll come back, but not always. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.ChristineLoveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Bye.